Suburbigays. 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 Okay, today I'm here with Mayor John Shields, the former mayor of Nyack, and we're interviewing him regarding how he got into politics and why he sued the state of New York in 2004 for marriage equality and what happened with that lawsuit. Hello, Mayor John.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good. Great day.
Good. So please tell me how you got into politics.
Well, actually, I moved to Nyack in 1976. I had no interest in politics and got involved in a very local development issue, which is another story. And the end of that was someone asked me to run for office as a trustee, which is like a city councilman. And I decided to do that based on this issue. And the first time I went to the Democratic Committee, I said to them, although I'm not going to run as a gay candidate, I will not hide my sexuality. I will be an openly gay man running for office. And the answer, which was very interesting, it tells you a lot about Nyack, was, oh, no one in Nyack cares about such things. And so I ran for office. The first time I was elected by 16 votes to the board. Subsequent to that, I ran 3 terms, and then was elected mayor of the village of Nyack.
Cool. Thank you. And how did you end up suing the state of New York for marriage equality?
After I was elected mayor of the village of Nyack, I was involved in all kinds of local issues, and at the same time, I've been involved in marriage equality in New York State, and had gone to Albany and served on Senator Tom Duane's committee about marriage equality. And we were moving this issue forward in a very methodical, slow way. And then Jason West of New Paltz decided to start marrying people, and that was an encouragement. And so what happened was, instead of marrying people and becoming a defendant in a legal case, I spoke to an attorney in New York City, Norman Siegel, who suggested I become proactive and sue the state of New York. So that's what I did.
And what was the disposition of the case?
Well, 10 of us sued the state of Orangetown for the right to get a marriage license. We were refused. The local judge, Weiner, denied us the suit, and so went on to the appellate court. And there it lay dormant until recent years when marriage equality was passed by the legislature. Interestingly, during that time, we were protested in the village of Nyack by GodHateFags.com, who came to the village of Nyack and picketed Village Hall. There were thousands of people in the village who came out to support.
Westboro Baptist Church.
Westboro Baptist Church, who came out to support me in equality. And so the Westboro Baptist Church was there. And I might add, not only protesting GodHateFags.com, but dragging the flag in the ground and all sorts of things. So they're very...
and they're against military
They're
personnel.
Against everything, but I think their main agenda is to provoke people to get involved in some kind of a battle so that they can sue us for violation of their rights, which in Nyack we never got involved. In fact, I went up to them and welcomed them to the village and welcomed another opinion in the village, which I always welcome.
And some people consider them to be almost like a cult, or they're creating controversies in order to sue so they can win a monetary lawsuit. But what they do is they stir up trouble for a lot of people.
That's true, but I never got involved in all that. I actually went up to them and shook their hand and welcomed them to the village of Nyack. So anyway, from here, they went up to New Paltz to protest there, and I went up to New Paltz and joined Jason West, who was the mayor, and supporting his right to marry people. And subsequent to that, there was actually a little local movie made, which is on CD, called The Mayor of Sodom and Gomorrah, which tracks my travel from Nyack to New Paltz and that. But at any rate, the suit, I think, helped put forward the issue and helped forward the rights of people to get married in the state of New York. And to me, it was always the 14th Amendment issue. And it's not that I so much believe that married people should get married or not married or whatever. What I believe is everyone should have an equal right to their private lives and to choose the partner they want, regardless of gender.
And a lot of people have said that they feel the actions you took were one step in moving forward the decision this year, or in July of 2011, to allow same-sex marriage in the state of New York. So they feel that you are a gay rights icon, although you may not see yourself that way, and you did end up getting a lot of publicity. You were on shows like Geraldo, you were on the cover of the Advocate magazine, things of that nature. So the high profile of what you did in a positive manner in being a plaintiff in a lawsuit as opposed to being a defendant in a lawsuit and having perhaps a little bit of a negative tint to it, certainly helped move the gay rights movement forward. It also sparks controversy in many churches regarding same-sex marriage, but it also spurred many churches, including mostly Anglican churches, whether there should be liturgy for same-sex marriages and whether Episcopal priests should be allowed to marry or not same-sex couples. And clearly in Brooklyn and Queens, the Episcopal ministers are allowed to marry, but in their diocese, in Manhattan, they are not, which is quite interesting to me, since Manhattan has a huge population of gays and lesbians. I know these policies are being reviewed, but what is your opinion on that?
I don't get involved in religious issues. To me, they're irrelevant. The only issues I'm involved in are the legal issues and making sure that every citizen of this country who works and pays taxes has the same right as everybody else. And I'd like to point out that when they talk about the so-called radical gay agenda, what we're talking about are people who live, work, pay taxes, obey all the laws, and take part in their community and are denied rights.
And I want equal rights, the same rights as everyone else.
I want everyone to have the same rights. And after I became mayor and I had the right to marry people, I realized from my that marriage often is a contract that involves all kinds of rights and issues, aside from any religious issues. If churches choose not to marry people, that's their business. I really don't care at all. All I care about are the legal rights that everyone is entitled to who obeys the law, pays taxes, and works in the community. And that's my agenda, that everyone be treated the same way, which at this point is not. And just as an aside, there was a trustee in the village of Nyack who used to say the Pledge of Allegiance, and she always used to end with liberty and justice for some. And it's still with liberty and justice for some, unfortunately, or as someone once said, what part of all don't they understand?
That's true, and some people feel that one of the last groups that people are allowed to discriminate against are the gay and lesbian minority. But that does seem to be changing, certainly with the younger generation and with the passage of time. And I would like to thank you for your interview. I thank you for your contributions you made to the gay rights movement, and I hope you will continue to be on the forefront of this issue and be out there, because without visibility, this issue could go away. There are people who are trying to take away the same-sex marriage right to vote. There was the Proposition 8 in California. They were allowed to marry, they're not allowed to marry. People voted, it was rescinded, blah, blah, blah. And this is obviously a debate that's going to go on for a while, but hopefully with the passage of time, people will realize 30 years from now, they will look back and say, how could we have done that? Just like other groups have won their rights, so does the gay and lesbians have their right to live in a free society when they're law-abiding, paying taxes, and all they want to do is love one another and be with their families. So thank you for joining us at Suburbigays.
One more comment.
Yes.
I would really like to encourage everyone to get involved, especially in the middle part of the country, and please pay attention to what their elected officials are doing, because so many of them are trying to deny rights and are being taken over by the Christian fascist right.
Thank you for your being on Suburbigays. I appreciate it. This is Rick Worthington for Suburbigays on the Gallery with Mayor John Shields, gay rights icon. Thank you.